Will I be able to see myself?
Mm-hmm.
You're tuned in to the Sit Down Live with EmEz each and every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:15. I got no grapes in my mouth. Okay. We live in lavish now, baby. You see the background. Anyways, welcome to the Sit Down Live. We got EmEz. We do this each and every Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Um, Tonight our guest will be Holiday, the Golden Child. She's an artist. She's also a host. Um, she's also, I believe, you said an entrepreneur. So we're gonna talk to her tonight. And my man Colin's in the building. We got Colin.
Yeah.
So Atunde's always around. So we're gonna talk to her tonight. As soon as she gets in the room, we're gonna talk to her. We're gonna see what's going on with her. And it's also, if you haven't heard, it's National Women's History Month. So I felt it was only right that since yesterday was National Women's Day, or International Women's Day rather, we we had to get a woman on here. So hence why we got Miss Holiday, the Golden Child, with us this evening. So is she in the building? Is she here? Can we chime her in here? I guess that's enough. She's not in there yet. Okay, well, we'll just wait for her to get in here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people's clocks are. Oh, but speaking of clocks, this Sunday got to spring forward, and now just in case y'all didn't. But people say to remind you. But when was the last time you changed the clock? When was the last time you? When was the last? When was the last time you changed the clock? Your phone changed for you. Nobody got no VCRs. TV didn't do it for you. Your laptop. So I don't know. That's just me just talking. We're just what do they call it? Taking long, just stretching it out, waiting for Miss Holiday, the Golden Child, to get in here. We'll talk to her tonight. Yeah, as I get back into my grapes. I'm trying to be healthy. I usually sip on some Remy, but tonight I took a pause from Remy. I'm gonna eat grapes. Like have wine. No, no, I try. Well, hope everybody's enjoying themselves. I'm talking to her. Yeah. I got questions for her. Okay, just wait for her to get here. I'm talking to her tonight. Maybe we can edit this out to, get right to it when we drop this video. And then I'm talking back to you. Listen, I don't like just wasting people's time and just talking this one up. So they're gonna have to watch me eat grapes until she gets here.
Did you watch All Star Weekend? Sir?
Yes.
What was your take on the dunk contest? Because I was underwhelmed at first until I watched it back.
First off, the dunk contest judges were trash. They did my man dirty. The first dude,
Cassius.
Yeah, did him dirty.
Yeah.
Did him dirty. He was supposed to get a higher score. One. Obi Toppin. Now that I know that your dad is that dude, Dunk Machine, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Fam, I expect way more than you now. Way more. Way more. And if Homeboy Pauls would have actually technically kissed the rim,
which he didn't,
it would have been a wrap. It would have been a wrap.
He won anyways, but.
We knew Steph Curry was gonna win the 3-point contest.
Yeah, but Steph did it in an extra prolific way.
He fucked with y'all. Boom, boom, boom. And sorry, I'm gonna make all these right here. I need this last one. Hold on.
Putting up 30 points in a 3-point contest is ridiculous.
Steph Curry's stupid. He's a cheat code. My nephew, who's what do you think about the weather? I think niggas are gonna go crazy in a minute.
I think it's still on real fuck COVID right now.
Yeah, exactly. I think New York City, New Jersey been in the raps for a whole year. Let it get hot outside for a minute. They coming. They coming. They're coming out the woodwork this year. What else can we talk about?
Let's stay on this All Star Weekend because I want to know. I want to know more since you're a little bit more tapped in with some of the DJs, some of the guys at the station. Have you gotten any Words
Guys at the
about.
station. I mean, ain't nobody at the station.
But have you got any word on how
I hit self twice.
how things were moving down in Atlanta during this weekend?
I mean, if you watched the gram, you could have seen niggas was getting robbed left and right from what it looked like. And then the one DJ I spoke to, he's gonna remain nameless. He said you couldn't even get inside the club for less than $100.
I mean, I would assume so.
And that's just parking.
But if All-Star Weekend comes back to New York City, what do you think? Door prices are going to be then. It's going to be at least 300.
I understand that. Oh, she's here. Our guest is finally here. Let's get to Miss excuse me, Holiday the Golden Child. Let's bring her on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There you go. There you go. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, cool. There we are.
Okay. Is that a ghost in the background? Damn.
No.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
No, don't be excited. We're gonna have a nice time. Don't let the brick fool you. It's just me by myself. And my friend or two.
It was like serious business with the brick wall.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, so thank you for joining us. Before I get started, would you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm from New York. I'm from Long Island. My name's Holiday the Golden Child. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a female rapper, first and foremost, but I'm also a personality on a dope podcast called Eight at the Table. And I'm also a CEO of my own shapewear line called Golden Curves. I'm just raw. I'm 100%. I'm a person who tells my story from my experiences in life, and that's it. I'm just known for keeping it 100. Like, no cap.
You're a New York chick. That's an absolute fact. Now, growing up in Long Island, is that where you said you grew up from?
Yes.
How did Long Island shape some of your raps? Because I know Wu-Tang's from out there, correct? No, I'm
Yeah.
lying.
No, Wu-Tang's from Staten Island.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Well, how does Long Island?
He is from Long Island. Rakim is from Long Island.
There it goes. I can't believe I said Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But go ahead. How does Staten Island, Long Island, affect your rap style growing up?
It definitely kept me very humble. I think a lot of people, when they come into being rappers, their story, I guess the basis of the story is I struggled and I come from the hood, and my mama didn't have it, and my siblings didn't have it. Like, that wasn't my story. So my story was I come from a loving home, two families. My parents told me I could do anything I want to do and that I was special. So whatever my little heart desires. And so I just chase my dreams. And, at first everybody's not going to be on board, but they caught on quick.
Okay. All right. So when was the first moment you realized that you could do this for real?
The first moment I knew I could do this for real, when I did my first mixtape. My first mixtape, it was called Dot. And it's called Things Happen on Time. So I know the word alone, I know was going to catch people's attention. But what that stood for me was things happen on time. So I knew I had to put together my own project and put it out and invite the people and get them tuned in all by myself. And it worked. It made people pay attention to me. It made people see that I could really rap, that I was serious about my craft. And not only serious about it, but I was consistent. I was consistent in showing everyone, like, I'm going to really do this. And this was 2014, 13. So now we're in 2021. So, and I'm able to get on a platform like this and a plethora of others that are now starting to acknowledge me as an artist.
No, your podcast is been doing numbers. I've tuned into a couple episodes, and you seem very, what's the word I want to use? Outgoing and outspoken. Is that something you've learned over the years, or is that something that comes natural to you?
It comes natural. What I've learned over the years is how to tame it. I find I had to learn how to not say everything.
Okay. So now talk about the is it a mixtape you have out now or just an EP?
So I have two singles out right now. One's called Features and the other one's called Westbrook Swish.
That's the one I heard. Westbrook Swish.
Yeah.
Why Westbrook Swish? That seems like a tongue twister to a regular person like me. Why Westbrook Swish? That sounds crazy.
Well, the song, it really just came from an experience I had with a person in my life that I looked at as a mentor and as hopefully what will become a stepping stone into this industry. But I later found out like this person, their support for me was contingent. I wanted, and they just wanted to make it clear to me like they were the boss. And like nobody wants to hear your tears and nobody wants to hear you crying. So stay in your fucking lane. You the boss, so that's what you say. No, fuck that. Stay out my way. Put me in coach like Dwayne Wade. Call me Holiday. I'm here to shake the game. Simon says now do what I say. Like, like I'm reversing the role now. Like I was with a person who not with in a relationship, but just friends and very close and very mindful of what their opinion was towards my career. And they just made it clear to let me know, like, I'm the boss and you the artist and stay in your lane. And you know what I'm saying? Nobody, and then it would break my heart sometimes because I'm a big baby gangster. Like, so I cry, I have kids and all of that, and I'm tearing up like, yeah, he hurt my feelings. And he was like, suck that shit up. Nobody give a fuck about your feelings. Like, and I'm like, oh, you the boss? Oh, that's what you say? Okay, watch this. Yo, coach, put me in like Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying? Call me Holiday. I'm here to shake the game. Like, and it's just about staying in your fucking lane. Like, I don't try to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not a person who's trying to buy the latest of this and the latest of that. I buy what I like. I buy what I think is popping. Of course, social media and other things are influence of what a trend is. But I like to call myself somewhat a trendsetter. Like, I do what I want.
Oh, Holiday, the golden child, is sitting down with me. I gotta get my drink on. We're gonna play a couple commercials. I'm gonna pause real quick. Yeah. We're gonna play some. I'm gonna grab a drink. We come back. I want to talk about the entrepreneur side of Holiday, the golden child. Is that okay?
I'm with it.
All right, we'll be right back. And we're back. This is Sit Down. Thanks to our sponsors, House of Mats, and damn, I always forget the other one. Damn, the hats. Lotto hats, I believe. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. I'm apologizing. They're gonna text me. I'm apologize. Anyways, Holiday the Golden Child is in the building. Let's bring her back in. We were just talking about her music, but she's also an entrepreneur. You have a line of, I always call them fives. Yeah,
shapewear.
Yes. Now, why and how does that shape the body? Because I always feel like that's just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a sleeve. How does a sleeve keep you in the shape?
Okay, so if you remember, like back in the Roman times, a woman was perceived as more attractive.
Roman times. I wasn't back in the Roman times, God.
Okay, medieval.
I'm kidding. Okay.
So women wore corsets And the tighter the corset was and the smaller their waist was, the more attractive they were, the more successful they were, the more they were perceived as wife material. Like, because in that time, you know, women were trying to get become chosen. They wanted to be wives and have a husband by a certain time. And having a corset and stepping out to these dances and these ballrooms, just giving you a little bit of history on where it comes from, it made them more attractive. So just to fast forward to present time, it makes the woman more attractive. And so with my brand, it's more than shapewear. It's a story. Every woman has different curves, and they tell
tagline right there. It's more than shape line. It's a story. You should. If that's not the tagline, you should run with that. That's dope.
Yeah. Well, the tagline, it's more than shapewear. And so in my mission statement, it lets women know, like, curves tell a story. What's yours? You know, for many times, women have been wanting to find a way to be the best that they can be. And my line is to give that. I want every woman to wake up and feel the way I feel, at least try to feel every day, which is confident and secure and loved and ambitious. And those things sometimes come hard to a lot of women. And I know I struggled. And I'm just like, if I had a me, I don't think I would have struggled so much. So I also, just leading into that, I also have a line where I open it up to the women and say, hey, I'm not giving advice that I'm some guru, but I'm definitely giving advice from my life experiences. And so I love the women to tap in, and I love to share my stories with them. And the shapewear is just something that they can take home with them and start a new transformation and a new livelihood, because I know I've always struggled with my weight. And my shapewear, it depends on how you want to utilize it. Like, I know when I'm gaining weight with my shapewear, my waist train is getting too tight, you know? And every woman learning that every woman doesn't want to be skinny, and every woman doesn't want to be shaped like an hourglass figure. That is not her idea of perfection. So my shapewear line is not to say, hey, I want you to have a small waist, fat ass, and this what society says is a bad bitch, right? I want you to feel like a bad bitch under whatever dress, whatever suit, whatever you're wearing. I want you to feel the most confident, whether it's because today you want to tuck in a little fupa because you just had a baby, or you're 4 months postpartum and you don't know how to get rid of the fupa. It's best to give compression on things like that, because it helps the swelling go down. So there's so many uses of it. And also I sell the cold gel, which helps get rid of stretch marks, helps tighten the skin, helps burn cellulite, and it's all natural. And I've been waist training over 10 years. I used to be a very heavy set girl. And I just remember I was always cool. Everybody always fucked with me. But I just remember when I lost the weight, people started treating me differently. And so I'm just
being a homie to the home.
Yeah, like, no, like I was always pretty. I was always fly. Nobody knew I was insecure.
Okay.
You know, like nobody knew I was insecure. And so when I was always this girl, the bad bitch, but nobody saw it. And so now everybody sees it. They want to be my friend. They want to invite me here. And it turned into that. And so there's girls who go and get their body done and they wonder why they're still not happy. And I'm like, because you don't know this girl. This is a stranger to you. You don't know how to respond to how people are responding to you. You have to relearn yourself all over again. And there's no book on that. So I provide that lane, that advice, you know, if women are looking for it, to come and speak to me. Like, I'm not bougie. Like, you know, I call it a surgery warrior. Like, you know, you need a buddy when you're doing these things, or you're on a weight loss journey. Like, you need a buddy. You need somebody who's been through these things, who can tell you what it's going to feel like when you get to the other side. Because people are going to treat you different, because this world is shallow.
Amen. I got two questions. One comes from the comments. They were asking, how much money should one put aside? Oh, there it goes. Should one save up to dive into the shapewear or clothing line business?
I'm going to say this, right? Knowing your market, sky's the limit. And I tell anyone, if you're gonna really start a business, like, you know how they say you can start with $1. Like, I'm real. You can't start with $1, but you definitely can start with a dream. And I'm big on, rich people don't spend their money, they spend somebody else's. So what you do is go find you someone to believe in you and invest into your first inventory. Whether it will range from anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000. $1,500 to $5,000 will be your first inventory. And that's including the website, that's including marketing when you get it up and running, inventory, tags. These are all the little trinket things that you need. You know what I'm saying? Establishing your LLC, just getting the business handle, trademarking the name. I trademark Golden Curves. That process before you even start your business. Going to after you get your tax ID number, going to the bank and establishing a bank account, making that first deposit. It's a lot that goes into it. I recommend LegalZoom to everybody because it's like the best thing if you're not super smart. Yeah.
And the other question I had is a personal question. What would you say now if you could talk to the 15-year-old Holiday the Golden Child? And that's not with me knowing your age now. If you could go, obviously you're not 15. If you could talk to the 15-year-old you, what would you say to them?
I would save myself for marriage.
You would save yourself for marriage?
Yeah. And I would save all my money.
What's more important, saving yourself for marriage or saving your money?
Both.
No. I got daughters. I need to know this answer, please. This for me. Which was more important? Saving yourself or saving your money?
Save yourself for marriage. Hopefully the man values you as priceless. And so the money that you didn't save, you will make up for it in the future. If that makes sense.
I'm gonna let you escape with that one. I got you. I understand what you mean.
But statistically correct, saving the money. I've touched so much money from 15 to, because I've always been a hustler. Even my parents being hardworking 6-figure people, I was still had 3 jobs. Like, I was going from Victoria's Secret to Foot Locker, like throughout the weeks, right after school. Like, I had a job. I liked my own money. I just didn't know anything about establishing credit, and I didn't know anything about saving, and I didn't understand the meaning of $1, and I kind of still don't. But I'm learning.
Yeah, listen, we're all works of art. We're nobody's done yet. Now, talk to me about this podcast. How did it start? Why did you start it? And why did you get the cast of people on the podcast? How you did?
So actually, I didn't start the podcast. It was started already. I was living in Miami for the last 7 years, and I moved back a year and about 3 months ago. And a friend of mine, Jack Thriller, he invited me to the 40/40 Club. Yeah, he's a really good friend of mine for years. And he invited me to the 40/40 Club. I had just moved back to New York, so he was trying to get me back acquainted with the New York scene because I had been in Miami so long. So he was taking me to SOBs. He was, we were moving around. And knowing who I was, he said, Holiday, the way you talk and the shit you be talking, if anybody else heard this shit, like it would go crazy. And I was just like, yeah, but I can't just do it on cue. You got to just have the camera sitting there secretly because I just be talking. Like, there's no, you know what I'm saying? So he took me to 40/40, and I remember him introducing me to this publicist, Dove, and she was just like, well, why you don't take her over to eat at the table? And he was like, yeah, well, we're about to go over there now. And I at that time I didn't know what it was, but he's like, it was around the corner. And we pull up to the studio, and it's still going viral to this day on all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, with a collective of 8 million views year to date. Right. And I sat on this panel of 8 people, and they asked me how to keep a man. And I'm just like, well, X, Y, and Z, this is how you do it. And I was just talking, how I talk to my homegirls, how I talk to the homies, how I, because I keep it real about my experiences. And so, well, this is how I've kept a man, and this is what I think they like. And I was just being honest. And I woke up literally about 2 weeks later, and my good friend Luke Nasty called me, and he was like, you're going viral on Twitter. It did 1.2 in 2 days. I said, what? And I remember everybody calling me and saying, well, I remember one person calling me and saying, well, how are you going to continue to go viral? And I said, well, if I have to jump off cars or twerk in a thong or do something crazy that's out of my norm, my everyday norm, then I guess I won't be going viral anymore. And they invited me back to come back every Thursday. And now, I am one of the main 8 of the cast members of 8 at the Table. I mean, I walk through airports now and I'm in Vegas and they're like, you're the girl from 8 at the Table. I know your voice. Oh my God, I fucking love you. And I just didn't realize how my truth and my experiences are healing and so amazing for people. So I started selling advice where it wasn't really advice. It was more like consultation where, people would call me and be like, well, where's the hot spot? I'm in Miami, who should I hang out with and where can I go? Or I'm in a relationship with my man and, we're not having sex anymore. What should I do? And I'm like, listen, I'm not a psychiatrist and I'm not a therapist. I can only tell you what I would do. And they're like, well, I value your opinion. And the producer, Alan, he's so amazing because he gets it out of me. I don't fucking know how he does it, but he gets it out of me and structures it so well that I just appreciate him for allowing me to heal on camera.
Nice. Holiday the Golden Child is here. It's the Sit Down. Thank you for joining us tonight. Is there anything else that I missed that we didn't touch upon?
No, except for make sure y'all go get that new single Westbrook Swish. Make sure you get my other single Features. It's available on all platforms. And if you are a fan, go tune into www Holiday the Golden Child fan page. I got merch on there. I got videos. I got whatever you want. Everything holiday. Just tap in with me. I have so much more coming for 2021. And I'm just excited to grow.
You seem like a beautiful spirit and a great energy. Thank you for joining us tonight. I wish you much love and success going forward. And thank you again for coming through.
Yes. I'm a bad bitch.
Let them know. One more time for the niggas in the back can't hear you.
I'm a bad bitch. Good credit. Yeah, I said it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Holiday the Golden Child, thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
She seemed dope. Y'all. I think she might have something there. Go listen to her music. Go stream it. Tell her EmEz sent you and keep doing your thing. For anybody else that has artists that are dope like that in their lives, hit up my YouTube, my email, and we'll take a listen. We'll see. We'll get them on the Sit Down. We do this each and every Thursday and Tuesday. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, share. Yeah. And the two names. I miss anything? All right. God.
See you next Thursday.
Yeah. Peace, love, and chicken grease. See you next Thursday.